let us continue Umineko. Wonder who's gonna get the shit slapped out of them today. Like, oh my god. That last with Eva and Natsuhi, Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to go to these people's parties. Their family gatherings. Can you imagine someone like graduating and these people coming together? Oh. But yeah, can you guys hear the audio alright? Is it too loud? Too soft? Let me know. Yeah, when the sound of footsteps grew distant and silence returned, Faust shrugged his shoulders slightly. It sounds fine. Okay, good. I apologize for my wife. She's always been bad at controlling her emotions. It's even been rough for me. Wow. If that's what's been managing your household, you must suffer to no end, son. Oh my god! God. Madam. It's nothing. Leave me be. I feel bad for Natsuhi. Natsuhi flew into her room and threw herself onto her bed, lamenting. Those heart-wrenching sobs reached Kumasawa in the hallway. Poor Madam Natsuhi. What's this? Twi, Overtaker, Elio going on VIP. Oh my god, you could really use the Children Scared of Rabbit base for a lot of things. There's a deep enmity between her and Eva-sama. Explaining their relationship would be very trying to me as a woman. The Ushidamiya family holds blood in high regard, but if a woman marries and leaves the family, they're normally removed from the family register. Thus, under normal circumstances, Eva-sama should have been removed when she married Hideyoshi-sama. However, there is no one deserving of blame in this matter. The madam certainly bears no guilt. There's nothing to call it other than a whim of God. Kao-sama and Natsuhi-sama were not blessed with children for some time. After all, this is the male-dominant Ushidamiya family. Oh. Feel like the music got louder? Oh, okay. I'll turn it down. Okay, how's it sound now? A wife is merely a tool to create an heir. Oh, I hate that. If such a wife cannot fulfill her only duty, she will not even be treated as a human. Jesus! Now it's great. Okay. Good. And they just had a daughter, right? Their only child is Jessica, right? If I was correct about that. Let me see. Yeah. They only had a daughter. It pains me to remember how the master tortured Madam during that time. Oh. Back then, a wedding between Eva-sama and Hideyoshi-sama was being discussed. Why would they? Ugh. Eva-sama was sly. Taking advantage of Madame's inability to become pregnant, she gained the favor of the master. Jeez. She inspired him to allow her to marry and give birth to a successor herself, making sure to avoid transferring her name out of the Ushidamiya family register. There was a vast difference in the Ushidamiya hierarchy between Madame, who married into the Ushidamiya family and was treated like an outsider, and Eva-sama, who was related to the family by blood and whose husband took on the Ushidamiya name. Man, it sucks being a female in the Ushidamiya family. Jeez. I'm going to go offline to separate the VODs. Chat. Wait, I should be saying those for the review. Yeah. Maybe I'll do the review next week. If anyone has a lot of ideas, I guess. I guess it's dependent on how many people submit things. Furthermore, Eva-sama actually gave birth first into a boy. As for how much weaker Madame's position was than Eva-sama's, well, I believe you could see for yourself. Anyone has a lot of ideas. Hi, my name is Anyone. Well, okay then. I will make an event. I will make a post in the Discord after this stream then. I'm sure Madame is tormented by the thought that if only she had gotten pregnant earlier, the master wouldn't have accepted Eva-sama's request to keep her last name after marriage. And Eva-sama wouldn't have been permitted to act as arrogantly as she did today. However, that was not Madame's fault. All the blame lies with God's whims and the stork that delivered Jessica late. Oh. Even so, Madame won't allow herself to see things this way. She probably can't help but cry bitter tears as a woman at her inability to carry out the duties expected of a wife. This is fucked up! Oh, how sad. I cannot do anything except watch over her from the shadows. Yeah, why can't a girl be like a head? What's so wrong with a girl? I mean, Jessica's the head, right? Anyway, since she's Cross's daughter. So maybe they should evaluate the system a little more. We crossed the hall again on our way to the entrance. As we did, we once again spotted that witch's portrait. However, spotted is probably not the best word to describe that experience. But this song's a little quiet. Let me turn this one up. Oh, it's getting louder now. I don't know. It's more like our eyes were inexorably drawn to it. That woman's eyes, with their sage-like glamour, definitely had the power to make those who viewed it stand rooted to the spot. So, this is the witch Beatrice. I wonder if that story's true. Who? Ballet doesn't believe? Back when he had asked what this picture was, the first person to tell him had been Maria. Therefore, when Battler showed signs of doubt, Maria must have felt that Battler didn't have faith in her. Aww. Of course, that wasn't what Battler meant. Maria ran up to the portrait and began banging on a plate hanging below it. Maybe the title of the portrait was written there. Maria, trying to prove that she wasn't lying, obstinately continued to hit the plate. Maria, she's so cute. Sorry about that. It's not like I doubt anything you said, Maria. Ballet believes. When he patted Maria's head and apologized, she seemed to accept it, sticking out her chest and proudly oohing. What's this? My beloved witch Beatrice. Behold the Sweetfish River. What's with this weird, huge epitaph? The epitaph of Twilight? The plate did have the title of the portrait written on it, but it was much too big to contain only that. Beneath the title was what appeared to be a long epitaph. If you just skimmed over it, several unnerving words. Wait. Is it on autoplay? Incredible, isn't it? My father had that made. Pretty deep, huh? Wait, why is it autoplaying? Ugh, I know. It's the place where the gold's hidden. Okay. Yeah, wait, why is it autoplaying? I have a light epitaph? Is it because I pressed enter? Wait, is this a story about the Yoshida Miya family's hidden gold? Why is it going so fast? Okay. Is it done? No more autoplay, right? Wait, no! No, 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 no! Here? What is clear? Backlog? Why is it? Hold on. It might have been my controller. It might have been my controller plugged in. Okay. The plate did have the title of the portrait written on it, but it was much too big to contain only that. Beneath the title, and every word would jump out at you. Grandfather had that made pretty deep, huh? I know, it's the place where the gold's hidden. Okay. Wait, is that the story about the Yoshida Miya family's hidden gold? Now there's another thing I remember from long ago. Hold on, Aniki. Is this for real? Grandfather had this made, but he never said anything about this picture or the epitaph. Even so, amongst the family, it's often whispered that it indicates the location of grandfather's hidden gold. Yamada shot in. Oh! Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, I want to give you guys a lesson in German for a second. Do you know what twilight is in German? It's Dämmerung. So if you shorten Dämmerung from twilight to twi, does that make twi dame? How rude. Twi is dame. Dämmerung. Dame. And that he will relinquish the inheritance and the gold to the person who solves the riddle. The worst part is we can make a joke like that with my actual name. Really? Okay, I just got here. Who died? No one's died yet. No one's died yet. So you're all good, Jackie. Welcome, welcome. Elio's respect for Twi. Yeah, Twi's dame. Dame. I heard that too. I heard that too. Lots and lots of gold. Well, something like that. Something like 10 metric tons of gold bars. Is it 6 inches under? I think it's fake though. Still, when you read about it in an epitaph like that, it almost seems real. I think I already explained grandfather's upbringing, but let me also mention the Yoshida Miya's Legend of the Gold. This really is Legend of Twilight. That was intentional, right? Grandfather succeeded the Yoshida Miya family after it was destroyed in the Great Kanto earthquake. Which one? Which one was intentional? By successfully riding the stormy seas after the war, he managed to accumulate great wealth. Oh, it's 6 inches under. Yes, that was intentional. That much of the story everyone knows. I made the joke intentionally. However, this is where the strange part begins. Part of it involves grandfather's black magic obsession, so its credibility is extremely low, but... well, wait until the end before you doubt or make fun of it. After the war, grandfathers correctly predicted what the future would hold and went on a huge gamble, accumulating a vast store of wealth. But there's a mysterious legend about how he gained his initial funding. Grandfather came from a branch family and had no connections in the business world or the financial world. Even though he later built connections with the occupying forces, he supposedly started as a nameless person who hadn't yet gained anyone's trust. It takes trust to gather money. There's no way anyone would lend money to someone they didn't trust. How did grandfather, who had no reputation at all, manage to obtain his first vast chunk of funds? Maybe he dug in the ground and got like a really rare buried copy of .hack Quarantine in mint condition. When asked the question, grandfather supposedly answered like this. On a certain day, I encountered the Golden Witch Beatrice. Grandfather then went on and on about his continuing research into alchemy and techniques for summoning demons in order to become a great magician. And the entity summoned as the result of the demon calling ceremony was the Golden Witch Beatrice. He then apparently made a contract by which he would receive fortune and honor in exchange for his own soul. The witch then granted grandfather 10 tons of gold. Grandfather used this gold as collateral to prepare a vast quantity of funds, which he then used to multiply his wealth many times over and revive the Yoshida-miya family. I feel like we just went over this last stream. Didn't we? Or was it 2 streams ago? God. Do they like repeating the same story over and over or something? It seems this story is so old that even our parents were told it when they were still children. So, back when our parents were young, they explored this island in all sorts of ways, believing that the gold grandfather had received from the witch might be hidden somewhere. However, since there was the danger of them getting lost in the abandoned forest, grandmother began to spread the story that the witch lived in the forest and approaching it was forbidden. I remember that old story. When we were little, we also went all over the island searching for treasure after our parents told us about it. It's not a Ryukishi Vien if he doesn't repeat himself constantly. But this is the more in-depth version. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, we gotta explain Oyashiro-sama to you guys again. Didn't we get lost in the forest once, then start crying until some of the servants found us? Parents got so mad. Dang, that takes me back. We sure were idiots, weren't we? After all, grandfather only bought this island after using those funds to get rich, right? That means he must have had the gold before coming here. There's no way the gold's on this island. Oyashiro-sama sounds like a really swell guy. I'd do anything for him. Anything? But no, Oyashiro-sama is cool. That's not necessarily so. Maybe the gold was hidden on the island from the beginning, and he brought the whole island just to ensure that it'd be his and his alone. Yeah, I think Oyashiro-sama is pretty cute. There was a whole 10 metric tons of it, right? Seems more realistic that he tried to secure the place where it was hidden, rather than try to move it all. The epitaph was made 2 years ago by a lady named Emma Wheelant. And since grandfather wrote it himself, yeah, it does make the legend of the gold seem more believable. Okay. Hello friends! Oh hi there, Elfie! Welcome, welcome! How's it going? We are playing Umineko. I almost called it Higurashi because I'm still stuck in thinking of Oyashiro-sama. But yeah, welcome! We're learning about the legend of the Gold Witch right now. The so-called witch's gold that revived the Yoshida-miya family weighed 10 tons. What? Is steel heavier than feathers? Maybe that's sleeping somewhere, ready to be turned over to whoever can solve grandfather's riddle. Maybe that's why he did it. I guess that sounds like grandfather's style or something. If it's true, that's pretty incredible. The epitaph carved into the plate was very mysterious, with something like a poem or a song written on it. The text was incredibly disturbing, filled with the signs of grandfather's black magic hobby, and its contents were in truly bad taste. But it could definitely be viewed as a puzzle, which, if solved, might lead to the hidden gold. I wonder if Maria will do it, since, like, Maria's into the occult, right? So she might be able to read this stuff. Oyashiro-sama sounds fluffy. Fla fla. Whether that's what he intended or not, I can't even imagine what his true motive might have been. All we know for sure is that grandfather put this shady epitaph here so that everyone in the family could see it. We also know that he's hinted at the existence of the gold without ever talking about where it might be hidden. At least so far. These facts then were embellished by the imaginations of our parents, who were convinced that grandfather was challenging us to a battle of wits. It sounds just like my dad. So greedy that he takes something like this so seriously. He may laugh at grandfather's black magic obsession, but he'd still believe the story about the hidden gold. It just sounds so good. Well, it's certainly not a realistic story. At that time, when grandfather was still nameless and had no connections, there was no way anyone would just lend him a massive quantity of gold bars for free. If such a person actually did exist, it's not unthinkable that grandfather would call such a sponsor a witch. Yeah, but it's 10 tons! 10 tons! If you cast that in, how much would it come to? I mean, that'd have to be a ridiculous amount, right? It certainly would be a ridiculous amount. They say that the total amount of gold mined by humankind since the dawn of history is 100,000 metric tons at most. Jeez. So if it's 10 tons, it's like a good chunk of what's been mined. Wow. That 1/10,000 of all the gold humankind has obtained throughout history should belong to just one person is just insane. Yeah, wow. On top of that, this witch supposedly had all that gold collected in one place and was able to lend it to grandfather just like that. We're not talking about any ordinary person. Well, to me, that 10 tons number seems pretty fishy. And that's just what he's got buried? What does he have on him? After all, no one's actually seen it except grandfather, right? Even if we assume that some generous witch existed and lent him some gold, maybe it was closer to 10 kilograms than 10 tons. Even 10 kilograms would be a pretty incredible sum, right? Ugh. 10 kilograms of gold is how much? Me! I don't know how much this stuff costs. Maria, who wasn't following the story and felt like she was being spoken to in riddles, finally found a place where she could ask us a question. It was a question I also wanted to answer right then. Whether it was 10 kilograms or 10 tons, it still felt like a huge amount. I had no idea exactly how huge. George Aniki folded his arms and tried to remember the market price of gold. Wow. Well, even the value of gold is affected by the market, and the value of physical gold can change depending on its purity and the trustworthiness of the foundry. You'd also need to pay handling fees to cash it in. However, that doesn't change the fact that it's a precious metal, with some people estimate that humanity will mine all the world's gold within half a century if gold mining continues at its current rate. Half a century. So, by 1985? Just guessing haphazardly. I think you could expect... Is a century 100 years? Yeah, a century is 100 years, never mind. That's in 50 years. It's like 2030 or something. Just guessing haphazardly. I think you could expect a price of about 2 million yen per kilogram. Ooh. Yeah, century is 100, millennium is 1,000, and decade is 10. So we are getting close to mining all the gold then. Whoa. Thunkro? I've never heard of Thunkro. Whoa. Just now, I randomly said 10 kilograms since it sounded smaller. Why did you Thundercross split attack me twice? But hi Lunar Festival. Yo, how's Umineko so far? I'm enjoying it. The last time I played this, there was like a huge family fight between Eva and Natsuhi. I was eating popcorn. And I'm excited to see Beatrice. I want to see Beatrice. Oh, god damn it, Twy. Thunkro, I should have known. I should have known, Thunkro. I'm so dumb. But even that would be worth 20 million yen, wouldn't it? Why did you Thundercross split attack me? Why do I breathe? I can take care of that for you, Twy. Yeah, why do you breathe? Why do you breathe? Let me fix that. We're 20 million yen, god. I weigh 28 kilograms. Which means that if we had Maria-chan's weight in gold, we could estimate its worth at over 50 million yen. Wow. Ito is a cutie. I'm so excited to see her. I always wanted to play this game because of her. She seems like such a fun character. That's just unbelievable. How much would 10 tons be then? 10 kilograms is 20,000 yen. 20 million yen. Which you multiply it by 1,000, so don't expect me to do math. I bet you twice like figuring this out though. Huh? 20 billion yen? What the hell? How much is 20 billion yen actually worth? I can only measure it relative to our own pocketbooks. I heard math. Anyway, let's say that a person's wages over a lifetime are about 200 million yen. You grow up and work like crazy, sacrificing your life for your company, and you're finally freed as you approach old age. Everything, including retirement money, might add up to about 200 million yen. In other words, that's the amount of money that'll be made throughout a human's life. Jeez! No, you could even call it the value of a life. So 100 times that sum is an unbelievable amount of money. That's 100 lives. If you work from age 20 to age 60, that's 40 years of work. So it's equal to 4,000 years of work wages. If you worked every day starting from the Jomon period, you'd only reach that number about now. God. Yeah, can you give me some of that money? Is 20 billion yen a lot? Heck yeah, it's a lot. Maria, you love shortcake, right? Oh god, are they gonna sit here giving math equations for buying stuff with the amount of gold? You could buy more shortcake than you could possibly eat for the rest of your life. Clever. Well, that might be possible with 20 billion yen in cash. I don't think it would be very realistic to have that much in gold bars all in one place. I heard math. Me. That's my reaction too, but I can't comprehend numbers. Just as I said, gold is extremely heavy, so it isn't exactly convenient as a method of storing wealth. Sure, you could imagine someone gathering their funds together as incredibly high-value stocks or precious gems. You often hear people who traded their wealth for precious gems so that they could carry it around with them during the chaotic times of the war. You can't comprehend numbers. Just watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Sexo. Uno, dos, tres. Math derogatory. You don't usually hear stories of people exchanging their wealth for gold. It may be heavy, but it's the most trusted and stable form of wealth internationally, so maybe that was important. For example, bonds are just scraps of paper if the whole country goes under. You can also look at it that way. But even one 10-kilogram ingot is pretty heavy to carry around. Haven't you heard? A 50-kilogram person can't carry a 50-kilogram bag over their shoulder. With that many gold bars, the amount of labor and risk for one person would be hard to calculate. God, this guy's such a nerd. So what you're saying is, well, it'd be one thing if you had a stack of banknotes worth 20 billion yen. You guys are almost making me think that most people don't like math. Yeah, I wonder what could ever imply that. 20 billion yen in gold would be such a big mountain that practically it'd be kind of pointless. This entire scene is just a longer, more math-focused version of this. No, it's not Thunderclaw Split Attack. Oh, this! The Zero Escape. Yeah, I remember this video. It really is. This is very 999 talking about math things right now. That's right. Although the Legend of the Gold does have a pretty interesting ring to it. Just the part about the 10 tons of gold makes it pretty much impossible. I may be making fun of it, but I actually do like when games go on these long-winded like rants about things, because it has me learn stuff. George may be a huge nerd, but he's the one winning with a maid GF. God damn it, George. I wish that were me. Should have been me, not him. It should have been me. If you think about it logically like that, it sounds obviously fake. Kind of brings you back down to reality. Anyway, that's grandfather for you. Just ask Barn to become a maid. Problem solved. I have! Barn said he won't. Maybe he exaggerated the story of how some kind, wealthy person gave him a loan by saying he got 10 tons of gold from a witch. It makes you feel better, Elio. You don't have a maid yet.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Why not? Even the number 10 tons feels pretty symbolic. That does not make me feel better. You mean like his gratitude for the money he borrowed was worth 10 tons of gold or something? Maybe some rich man's leisured wife generously granted it to grandfather. And maybe he started calling this person a witch. You see, just because example isn't bad. Someone who generously lent a huge sum of money to grandfather when he still had no reputation might as well be called a witch. Furthermore, grandfather actually did use that money to build a vast amount of wealth later on. The fact that this person was so great at judging people might also justify calling her a witch. Also, since she went to the trouble of lending all that money, she might have enthusiastically overseen how it was spent. The decision to unexpectedly get involved with the occupying forces and profit from the Korean War demands might have been inspired by the witch herself. I will not wear the maid outfit. I'll wear the Junko outfit, but you won't wear the maid outfit? It's not fair. It's not fair. That might explain why he claimed to have received both wealth and honor from her. I see. So, in other words, this witch lent grandfather the funds necessary to revive the Yoshida Miya family, and he owed her big time. Hey, but Elio, you're already the ultimate despair. Oi! And then he felt so grateful that he had that huge painting drawn and displayed. The Junko outfit was discussed and confirmed long before the maid outfit was mentioned. The two are not comparable, but then well, fine. I won't wear the Junko outfit then. No more Junko. Yeah, it's not that crazy a story. It's even possible this person was an old granny who looked like a witch. Maybe grandfather idolized her, and that's why he had her drawn to look so beautiful. These terms are acceptable. They shouldn't be acceptable! I'll bet if we ever did meet this person, she wouldn't be nearly this pretty. Beatrice appears. You talking shit about me? That's possible. The name Beatrice sounds pretty Western. If you think about how everyone in our family has Western names, maybe even the name Beatrice is the result of grandfather trying to rearrange some Japanese person's name to make it sound Western. Task failed successfully. I get it. That means this pretty girl doesn't exist outside the picture. There are no real women on the internet. Here you can see the bun getting destroyed live on stream. Hope and optimism gone. It really is. Guess that means I won't be able to rub those elegant breasts. Shut up, Battler! I cannot believe the amount of shit talking they're doing to my daughter. He's gonna try that and then Beatrice is gonna kill him. In the first place, isn't having a witch pretty bizarre by itself? Like, you could find something like that anywhere on Earth. I will crack some heads. How dare they talk about my wife like this? Battler der. I laughed and made fun of the witch, trying to distinguish myself from the kid I was 6 years ago, who feared the witch of the forest, when Maria tugged on my sleeve. I could tell by how hard she pulled that she was a bit upset. My daughter is beautiful and wonderful and awful and evil and a wet dog. Why is she a wet dog? Is she a bitch? Is that... What is it, Maria? Beatrice exists! Ain't that the derogatory thing? Oh, derogatory. Okay. I didn't know that one. So true, bestie, so true. I heard my name, what's up? I cannot disclose why she is a wet dog. She's a poodle. That sounded like bitches exist. Why? Bitches do exist. Beatrice is right here. Maria stared up at me. She had her usual sour look, but I could tell she was angry by the color of her eyes. Witches exist! Witches exist! Well, sure, they do exist. You turn the TV on and watch anime or something. Exist! Witches exist! Witches do exist, and none of them are toy. Can't confirm. I started getting impatient, not knowing why Maria was jumping on me like this. And then Jessica tapped me on the shoulder and whispered, "Dumbass, you're smashing a kid's dream." Maria really believes things like witches and Beatrice exist. Come to think of it, Maria-chan, in social studies at your school, when you were asked to write what you wanted to be when you grew up, you wrote a witch, didn't you? Maria nodded seriously. Oh, baby. Tears started to run from the corners of her eyes. Oh, don't worry, baby. Witches do exist. I see. To a girl who wants to become a witch in the future, the existence of Beatrice was proof that witches do exist in this world. Oh, baby. Hey Maria, do you have a wish you'd be willing to kill for? I think she does. I think she wants to become a witch. It was therefore an image that she yearned after and admired. Exist! Exist! Witches exist! Lumpy Barn. I use this as inspiration for art. Why, literally anyone else. Maidens. But Ballet still doesn't believe. Boy, does she. Oh boy. It's okay. Witches do exist. I believe it. George Aniki kneeled down and hugged Maria's head. Watching this, Jessica poked my side. So, that's what it is. Like shouting that Santa Claus doesn't exist in front of a child who believes in him on Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to shout at kids' dreams, so... Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make fun of your dreams, so I apologize. Beatrice does exist. Even now, she's living in the forest and comes to the mansion every night to peek in and see what everyone's doing. True story, by the way, what is this? It's why when he gives advice to someone and sees them get into a loving relationship, I guide others to a treasure that I cannot possess. Wait, really? That happened? So you shouldn't go into the forest. Battler, I'm begging you, please think before you speak. She's gonna go into the forest! At night, you mustn't stare into the black forest. She's gonna do that! You... Ugh! You might be seen by the witch of the forest, Beatrice. She's gonna do that now! You can't be like, oh yeah, Santa's gonna appear at this specific time. Then the kid's gonna stay up to go see Santa. After all, grandmother said so. Really? I became the Riz Master. He unveiled 0.01 of his true power. Really? Balor really believes? Yep, I believe. Sorry for doubting it. Come on, let's make up. Today I learned I am much better at theory than practice. I stuck out my hand, Maria grabbed it with her tiny hand, and we made up. Maria didn't grumble any more than that, so George Aniki and Jessica were relieved. Baby. Oh! Shannon! Hello! How's it going? So, this is where all of you were. I was sure you had just left to go to the beach. Shannon-chan, carrying a basket, was surprised to find us all gathered in front of the portrait. It's actually true in general. I prefer theoretical things. Ah, Shannon. Well, this is the first time Battler has seen Beatrice's portrait. Battler, I'm gonna Battler you all over this goddamn mansion island. The water around the island is gonna be as red as your hair by the time I'm done with you. Wow. Jesus, you really don't like Battler, huh? Hey, hot maid, what was I angry about? I was just fascinated by it. That That's right. It certainly is fascinating. Beatrice-sama is truly beautiful. I am sure that she captivated the master. In addition to the patron theory, there's also a theory that she was grandfather's first love. Either way, although it's been several decades since he met her, even now she holds a special place in his heart. Which must mean that he's still captivated by her. Oh no, I hate this guy, like genuinely. Well, I can't say I hate him. But he is annoying sometimes. Sheesh. It must have made grandmother pretty jealous, huh? I'm not really sure, but that might actually be true. Apparently, grandmother believed he was cheating on her with some blonde. Oh, and she is blonde. Oh? Good smell! Good smell coming from Shannon. Girl smell! What is that? Is that a girl smell? Maria, sniffing, approached the basket Shannon-chan was holding with interest. Not gonna lie, I haven't seen any good side of Battler up till now. Annoying, punishable by not alive. Same. I don't know, he has some good qualities about him. Like brightens up the room. When he's not being a pervert, I think he's fine. He's just a funny little guy. When he's a pervert, it's kinda a lie. Stop bonking me! After hearing that, I noticed a fragrant scent with a touch of vanilla. Ah, I apologize. I was told by Kumasawa-san to bring them to everyone. Stop it! Brightening up the room isn't enough, though. I mean, I guess I could understand. But I also kinda understand that he kinda isn't very fond of the family. Because of what happened with his dad. Maybe I'm just sympathetic towards him for that. What is it, I wonder? Oh, excellent! Cookies! Oh, I want some cookies. Wanna eat cookies! Wanna eat cookies! Please, eat as much as you would like. But, would it be appropriate to serve cookies in a place like this in front of the portrait? Hey, Beatrice wants to eat too! Shannon-chan sent us a glance that seemed to ask what we wanted to do about it. To be fair, he only has issues with his dad. He's fond of his family. Well, yeah, guess eating here would be bad manners, generally speaking. Maria, why don't we eat somewhere else? Let's put the cookies in a bento and have a picnic. Ugh! Have a picnic! Have a picnic! If we can eat cookies, let's go! Yeah, let's go get some fresh air. We shouldn't stuff ourselves right in front of the witch. That's right. Didn't we say that we wanted to go down to the beach in the first place? Maria just shoves a cookie into the mouth of Beatrice's portrait, ripping the canvas and bringing a curse onto the island. I can see her doing that. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, Battler's generally a good guy. He cares about his mom, and he's one of the first people to help us defend people. But he is so bad at not thinking before he speaks. So he's like Barn. Is that why Barn doesn't like him? Shannon-chan. Sorry, but could I ask you to get us a blanket to sit on and some flasks of tea? I hate that guy. Yeah, I think Barn is Battler. Don't insult Barn Heika Elio derogatory. Nah, he hit the nail on the head. Right. Certainly. Shannon-chan received her instructions and gracefully bowed before retracing her steps. We headed for the beach on our own. Everyone headed for the entrance in a group. Feeling as though that witch was staring down at our backs, I turned around once more. Well, then I completely understand why you hate Battler. I hate characters that remind me of myself. Unless it's good qualities. Ugh! Battler, you still don't believe? Nope, I believe. Speeve. It'd be so much cooler that way. The Golden Witch Beatrice gave Grandfather 10 tons of gold. And that gold might be sleeping around here somewhere. Besides, didn't Grandfather write that strange epitaph as though challenging us to find it if we can? The only difference between us is that I have no rich grandfather that was madly in love with a witch that I know about. There's a grandfather who has connections with the Mafia. I mean, you have a grandfather who has connections to the Mafia, so I think that's a little extraordinary. I'd say that kind of adventure story is way better. 20 billion yen worth of gold, huh? What's like the grandfather is like, yes, I was part of the Mafia. Sometimes it'd be like that. Even if we split it up between the four of us, that's still a ridiculous amount of money. Okay, but I also assume you didn't nearly grab a maid. Yeah, I don't think Barn would do stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, Battler, well, but even then, Battler didn't want to grab her. He was just making a joke. But he did almost grab her, so 5 billion yen for each of us. Incredible. With that kind of money, we could probably make any sort of business prosper. In fact, we could live our whole lives fabulously without working at all. Still thinking about my grandpa in my mom's side who used to be rich and once ran for mayor for a town, but people voted for the other guy because he was a celebrity. Oh my god. I don't want 5 billion yen. I want cookies. Oh, she's so cute. Maria would take cookies over money. Yeah, Barn's better than Battler. Still, 5 billion yen, that's like a dream. With these hands, I will end Battler, but he will look into my eyes as I stab him and say, "We had fun, didn't we?" Then he will fade into the ether. Ridiculous. Cove, better than Barn, better than Derek, better than Baxter, better than Battler. What is this Baxter? Shame. What the hell? What is this? What the hell? Baxter's great. Is it possible that you all truly believe in Father's legend of the gold? Of course we don't believe that story about a witch giving him gold. There's no mistake about the gold itself. The fact that Father obtained gold bars from an unknown source has been confirmed in several ways. I haven't forgiven you for calling Kyra mid-Elio. I haven't forgiven you. Listen! I think Kyra is a waifu, but she's like mid. She's like when we did that one waifu tier list. And I had like the normie tier. Like, I understand, but she's mid, you know? We've heard that before the president of Marusu Company died, Father showed him a large pile of gold somewhere. Oh hey, it's Elio, the visual novel guy! Hi there, Lemon! Yes, it is I! Elio, the visual novel guy. Welcome. Oh, Layla, welcome. Father used that man's claim as proof that there were 10 tons worth. He didn't even see his DLC yet. Let Baxter live. Yeah, come on. We only met him for a little bit. Give him some time before you hate on him. It's just the nonsense of a senile old man. And no, I wouldn't do that. Only time something remotely like that has happened is when I generally, no joke, tripped and almost grabbed a girl's chest as I was falling, which luckily I avoided and grabbed her shoulder. Extra bad. Oi. Along with Father, he was just fabricating a story. You can't take it seriously. If that gold didn't exist, he wouldn't have been able to gather so much funding. Before the president died, he was a person with such a sincere personality that he earned the respect of many in the business world. Baxter, good. You guys are just mean. I agree. Jackie is my homie. Forever. Jackie has never said anything wrong in their life. He wouldn't have become a partner to such fraud. It's me, Whiskey, post-identity crisis. Oh, I thought you were Whiskey. I thought you were. Because of the name Layla. Oh, hello. Aniki. The president of Marisu definitely saw it. Kyra was called Mid. I mean, she kinda is. I guess Elio means to call her Normie. Yeah, she's Normie. She's a Normie waifu. 10 tons of it, clearly with his own eyes. Even more, Dad let the president take one ingot at random and have it examined. The results of the examination showed that the 10-kilogram ingot was 99.99% pure. Jackie, besties, and always. Yes! Jackie will always be my bestie! He said that the Usuda family crest, the one-winged eagle, was imprinted on it. Where's the one-winged angel, though? The Beatles. Jackie is my homie forever. You mean now and forever. Okay, Normie waifu is fine, but Mid? I don't know. I tend to feel like Mid is Normie. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a... Maybe that's weird of me. Like, Mid's okay, you know? Mid is Mid. Almost instantly, the Yoshida family legend of the gold spread amongst the fixers of the business world. Gold from an unknown foundry has a poor rate of conversion into money. I get why Lulu FFX is popular because big titty goth GF, but I would also agree she's Normie. Yeah. Thinking that it was a chance for decisive profits, they accepted it as collateral, and as a result, Father was able to receive massive loans. Being Normie isn't bad, staying Normie is. Sun Tzu, probably? Is there no limit to the absurdity you're willing to accept? How old are you people? Oh, speaking of visual novels, I must plug It Gets So Lonely here because you would love it and it's sweet. I really want to play that game. That is on my list. That's by Ebihime, right? Because I love Ebihime's visual novels. Yeah, I've been looking at it. Are you still thinking that nursery tale you heard as children seriously? Where's the proof that this 10 tons of gold even exists? Yeah, Ibihime, yeah. Mid and Normie are not the same at all. Mid is not good nor bad, which is a flat-out lie when it comes to Kyra. Well, wouldn't that make it okay, though? I guess that's true. I guess she's not mid. She's okay. She's Normie. Okay, Kyra is not mid. I take it back. Kyra is not mid. She's Normie. Aren't you just parodying the lies of Father and the few of those close to him? Of course it's just a story. But still, Aniki. The amount of money Dad raised required a suitable amount of collateral. Is it normie to like Yeastola FFXIV because I like her normal amount? Yes, Yeastola is a normie waifu. I'll froth at the mouth at the pure mention of her. Yes, she is normie waifu. I know who Yeastola is, even though I haven't played Final Fantasy, and I know she is normie. Even if the gold itself was just a rumor, it's an undeniable proof that he showed them a treasure of comparable worth. It was just an illusion of money created by her penniless father. Yeah, normie is good, but overrated. Yeah, I played It Gets So Lonely here too, and I thought it was neat. I wish I didn't speedrun one of the girls, though. Ooh. Yeah, I need to check out that game. He acted as though he actually had gold that didn't exist, fooling his sponsors. Made a villain out of my everyday life. Let's go make supper, so have luck, Elio. See you later, Layla. Thanks for popping in. It's probably the gamble of a lifetime. Luckily, his use of those funds proved successful. Thank you. I've forgiven you now. Baxter is good. Not my favorite, but good. I am now at peace. Thank you for saying Baxter is good. I understand if he's not your favorite, but I'm glad that we can agree that he is good. Thank you. You're a normie husband, though. Baxter remains bad. Gonna divorce you. If the Korean War demands hadn't come and the Yoshida-Miya family had not been restored, Father would probably have been hounded after as the crook of the century. So, are you saying the gold never existed? Father made it all up? I'll try to tune in for the girl I speedran whenever you get around to streaming It Gets So Lonely here. Hell yeah, alright. Yeah, I was interested when I saw like the grave. There's like a graveyard keeper girl, right? I'm interested in her. Of course. And because of that, the illusion of gold became a mere inconvenience once he'd achieved enough success. That's why, later on, Father added all that about a witch and black magic, weakening the credibility of the entire story. In other words, he revealed that the illusion of the gold was a fabrication. If he claimed to have received the gold from the witch, no one would believe that it existed at all, right? It's also possible he said it for all of your sakes. Nevertheless, here comes some stupid offspring wanting to divide up this non-existent gold along with the rest of the inheritance. Oh god. The bunny is taking the kids. Please donate to my GoFundMe to support my legal funds in the divorce for legal reasons. I am joking and do not wish to divorce the bun. Okay, but I would not have kids. If I divorced you and we had kids, I would have you keep the kids. I will not raise the kids. I'm sorry. I do not wish for them. Rosa, don't tell me that even you believe in a fabrication like this. Oh, she was the one you speedran? Because you were binge reading and was running out of time. Oh, shit. I can't prove whether or not Father really had the gold. I just want to claim my rightful share as one of Father's 4 children. Huh. Last time I was in charge of the kids, I sent them to the carrot mines. I can't go through that emotional trauma again, but yes, understandable about the child. Alright, thank you. I remember the carrot mines. It seems even you have started to talk that way, Rosa. I see, so that's what you're all getting at. You're all trying to claim that I'm attempting to keep all the gold for myself. Nissan, you've gathered a massive supply of funds. You can never truly forget the carrot mines. We lost so many that day. And that's a fact. If we rule out the possibility that you've been embezzling Father's father's personal funds. Then there's only one possibility left, right? Aniki, we've been thinking. You might have found those 10 tons of gold bars. Ridiculous. Such a thing never existed in the first place. Then explain yourself. Was it embezzlement of father's assets or father's hidden gold? How could you have gathered so much funding if not by one of these methods? Even I have many friends in the political and financial realms. Oh, who? I've earned their cooperation, nothing more. I mean, there are some dumbass politicians, so maybe they would help you. On that matter, I have no responsibility to explain myself to you. You understand, don't you? There are some topics that ought not to be spoken of. I mean, I think the fact that you might be embezzling is something that should be talked about. If you insist on that point, that's all well and good for now. But Aniki, Dad doesn't have long. Nobody can ensure that he'll live to see this day next year. The inheritance process will begin at the instant of Dad's death. We'll arrange for lawyers and accountants who are impartial to all of us and help them inspect Dad's financial situation. At that time, if it comes to light that you've unjustly interfered with Father's money, you understand, right? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Oh boy. You're starting to make me feel as indignant as my wife was. Yeah, and how did you treat your wife when she spoke up for you? I'm a bit upset for Natsuhi that she spoke up for him and he was just like, shut up. Like that's your wife, bro. Of course, Father's gold is part of Father's fortune. We understand it's money you can't reveal openly. For real, yeah. Well, the 4 siblings should have an equal right to it. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Overtaker. In other words, we're gonna have your financial situation investigated as well as Dad's to determine whether you're hoarding the gold or not. Isn't this a great opportunity? Right now, prove the existence of your so-called support from friends and acquaintances. That way we can sportingly apologize for foolishly doubting you. Right, Rosa? That's right. Kraus Nissan, you are the one who's dodging the issue. If you were guiltless, you could just prove that you were in the right, but you aren't even trying to do so. However, Aniki, we still have to consider your position here. As Dad's representative, you're probably bearing a larger share of the burden than we are. We've been living terribly relaxed lives until now, so it wouldn't be fair for the rest of us to complain without taking your efforts into account. Seems you cannot make up your mind whether to flatter me or slander me. Please, get to the point. Basically, randomly investigating nitpicky aspects of Father's wealth seems like a pretty crude way to go about it. As you said, Kraus Nissan, there may have been movements of money that are difficult to explain. We've come to consult with you today while fully aware of that point. Both sides stand to gain from talking about this now. A consultation. So if he doesn't participate in doing this, then that'll kind of prove, at least to them, that he's doing something shady. When the inheritance is divided, you'll be rewarded for your years of hard work, taking care of Dad by an agreement that's generous in your favor. Don't misunderstand us, Nissan. We aren't saying that we'll abandon our rights. But when we make our claim for what we deserve, we might as well offer a generous understanding for your position. That's what we mean. You mean to take away some of his inheritance, right? I think that's what they're implying, right? If they find out that he's been taking from the dad, then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, take part of his inheritance away. In other words, if you accept our conditions, and when the inheritance is divided, we'll leave the investigation of father's financial situation to you, Cross Nissan. That could give him a benefit if he was taking from the dad. All the siblings from Eva downward suspected that Cross was trying to steal their father's wealth. So, letting Cross report the state of that wealth was extremely contradictory and a huge concession. If, as they claimed, Cross was actually embezzling money, Cross would be able to hide that fact. Besides which, it'd be possible for him to control the distribution of the inheritance in a manner favorable to himself. Cross, realizing that this sounded too good to be true, couldn't help but feel suspicious. Couldn't help but worry about what they'd ask for in exchange. Okay, so he is guilty of something. Huh. After mistrusting me completely, you now say you're willing to restore your confidence in me as the oldest sibling? So, what is it you want in return? Just what we deserve as siblings. You aren't the kind of person who'd steal Dad's property. But you also aren't being financed by some patron. So, what's going on then? Considering all that, there is a certain explanation that'd satisfy the rest of us. Nissan, you found 10 tons of gold and used that as collateral to gather some funding. Yeah, he's guilty of not being a better husband to his wife. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. He is guilty of that. Fuck you, Cross. Yes, just like Father did in the past, right? If that's the case, there won't be any funny business in Father's finances. You've always been a good son, looking after Father. Why'd we mistrust a person like that? You're being so roundabout, I can barely understand you. Please, speaking clear on more practical terms. Our first condition. Aniki, you must admit that you found Dad's gold. Are you asking me to admit I possess gold that doesn't exist? Our second condition. You'll acknowledge that each sibling has a right to a share of the gold, and you will pay out those shares. How foolish. God, they're so greedy. Every time I read this story, I'm just like, all they give a shit about is money. Like, they're gonna kill each other over the money, right? I could see it with how freaking greedy these people are. Like they don't care. They don't seem to care as much about like the family or like the people in the family than they do the money, and it's just like makes me sad. With that non-existent 20 billion yen of gold, that would be 5 billion yen per person. Are you telling me to pay a total of 15 million yen? Sounds like my family, eh? I'm scared. I'm scared of that happening. Cause like, I'm in two family members' wills. I'm not sure if I'm in my mom's will or not. But like, I'm scared of like, when it comes to that, and like, carrying out the will. I'm scared of like, family members like having like a different personality that is shown where all they want is money. I'm so scared of that. Like, if I got like the will inheritance from either of the people I am in the will for, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna use what I get and get myself a place and stuff, and maybe put it in savings so that it can build up over time. I don't want to take away from other people. And just... especially family, you know? Especially since the grandkids have their heads straight in comparison. Yeah, the grandkids seem to get along really good. I don't even know if they know that their parents are doing this. Okay, but Elio, most parents aren't like that. Most people aren't like that. People can be awful, yes, but it's not most people who will be like that for a will. Yeah. It's just something I'm scared about. It's just something I'm terrified. Like, I'm glad to be in two people's wills. I'm glad that people consider me to inherit something that belongs to them, but I'm also scared of it happening, and more than that, I just don't want it to happen. Like, these people are, like, looking forward to their father dying so that they can get his money already, but I don't want to look forward to, like, the people I'm in the will dying. I want them to live as long as they can. And it's just, that's why this, like, upsets me to read. Like, this family just doesn't give a shit. And it's sad. With that non-existent 20 billion yen of gold, that would be 5 billion yen per person. Are you telling me to pay a total of 15 billion yen? Yes, Elio, that is the normal way of reacting, don't worry. Okay. Ridiculous. Keep listening till the end. We know that much money can't just pop up out of nowhere. I'm not asking you to make an impossible deal. Yeah, but like, yeesh, I get wanting to be prepared for the outcome, but they clearly care more about getting rich as fuck ASAP than anything. Yeah, I get it. I get, like, wanting to get the assets and stuff, like, prepared in advance, so that there's no, like, legal troubles or anything, and, like, respecting the wishes of the dad and stuff. But it sounds less like they're respecting the dad's wishes, and more like they want his money, which sucks. Of course, regarding the portions of the gold, we plan to reward you plenty for your hard work until now. Our third condition. The portion of the gold to the one bearing the title of successor to the Ishida head family will be 50%. The remainder will be considered the fair share of the siblings and divided up. Yeah, especially since the dad isn't even here to have this conversation with them. LMAO, yeah. Like, I know he's not in the best of states right now, but... Of course, this also includes you, Cross-Nissan. Of the 20 billion, 12.5 billion will go to Aniki. 2.5 billion will go to Evanesan. They are not respecting his wishes at all. They made that pretty clear, yeah. They made it clear the moment they started talking about cake in regards to his dead body parts. Like, my fucking god. This family. 2.5 billion will go to me. And 2.5 will go to Rosa. One thing, I don't know if... I just noticed this. He calls Eva Nesan, but he just calls Rosa Rosa. Does he not like Rosa or something? Like, wouldn't he still call her, like something? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking up on, like, the honorifics, but... Oh, because Rosa is the youngest. Okay. That division screen makes me so grateful I could cry. Like, I get it. The dad doesn't give a fuck about them and didn't bother to write a will concerning them to begin with, but yeesh, yeah. So you're saying, for the sake of the gold that doesn't exist, I must pay you 7.5 billion yen. What's wrong? Nissan, your share is 5 times the size of ours. These are such good terms, I'd be jumping for joy. Our fourth condition. The gold will be liquidated and distributed along with the inheritance at the time of father's death. However, as a deposit, 10% of our portions are to be paid to us promptly. These payments must be made before March of next year. This sounds really weird to me. March of next year. I'm trying to process why exactly this makes me feel so skeevy. And I'm not like forming coherent words, but this whole sentence just sounds really skeevy to me. I don't quite understand like the logistics of this, but this sounds very bad. That's a pretty good reason not to call someone Nissan, yeah. What do you think, Cross Nissan? This is an ideal chance for you to restore the trust regarding your handling of Father's assets, isn't it? Of course, it might be impossible to get a whole 7.5 billion before Father dies. But it should be possible for you to manage a deposit of 750 million, right? Yeah, they're saying Cross has less than a year to give his siblings billions of yen as hush money because he does not have the gold. Okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a threat. But I wasn't entirely sure if it was a threat. But that was kind of the feeling I was getting from it. Paying 700 million in half a year might sound like a pain, but you should be able to manage it. What with all your friends in the political and business spheres. Oh my god. Holy shit. Eva! Jeez! Normally we'd hope to receive the 7.5 billion right now, all at once. Yeah, what, friends? Help! Oh my god. But out of concern for you, we'll show our sincerity by asking for only 10% of that for the time being. Yeah, how nice of you. Oh my god. The remaining 90% can wait until the inheritance is distributed. See? Even you'd be capable of managing a mere 10% to show your sincerity. Oh my god, but that's so much! So, you're trying to sell me the right to assess Father's financial situation for 750 million yen. How impressive. You all certainly have grown. To think that I'm now the one being offered deals. Nissan, if you accept these terms, the rest of us siblings will leave the investigation of Father's assets to you. However, the results of that investigation will be subject to scrutiny. It's only natural, right? It'd be so sad if you manage things so that our 7.5 billion share shrank. We'll avoid complaining as a general rule. Just make sure you do it neat and tidy. As long as you don't try anything that's blatantly obvious. We got no intention of stirring things up. Oh my god. We want our inheritance quickly too. We don't want it to get all drawn out and left hanging. If a complaint is made, who would carry out the follow-up investigation? We don't mind if it's you. This is probably the first and last chance for our siblings to reach a consensus. I believe it won't come to that. Looks like even you can speak up now and then, Rosa. Oh my god, I do not like Eva. I thought I liked Eva for a bit, but I do not like Eva. She's getting on my nerves. By this point, it's obvious that Cross wasn't at all trusted as the oldest sibling, so there's no need to go into detail. Yeah, Ava is just that bitch, man. She really is. Jesus. The formerly tyrannical oldest brother had always abused his privileges and violated the other siblings' shares. It was in response to this that the other three, now adults, were finally teaming up and striking back for the first time. Sorry, but there's more. Our fifth condition. This decision must take precedence over Father's will. Later on, we don't want some will to appear and make this decision completely irrelevant. I see that you're very cautious. Then, let me ask, if the gold really were found, what would you do? Since you'll be making payments to us for what the gold's worth, the rest of us really don't care if we ever see the gold or not. We can think of our share as an advance payment. Oh my god. It's good to have dreams, isn't it? You plan to turn this island into a resort, right? You might stumble upon the gold by chance during construction. Maybe that's why he hasn't opened up the hotel yet. Because he's scared of people digging it up. Eva let out a high-pitched laugh. Cross watched but didn't even flinch. What do you mean it has to take precedence over their father's will? It's literally his money. If it wasn't obvious they don't give a fuck about the dad's wishes before then... Yeah! They really don't give a shit about the dad! Ow! I do not want a family like this. Oh my god. Let me add a 7th condition before I accept. In a situation that any sibling other than myself finds the gold, they will immediately turn it over to me. Yes, yes, of course. We'll hold on to it for you. It was a play on words. Of course, the others who were forcing Cross to pay money for some non-existent gold wouldn't save Cross his portion if they actually found it. God. Even if they don't like him, they don't even respect him as a human being. Jesus Christ. I also hate the motherfucker, but damn. Yeah, same here. Same here. I'm not fond of, like, Cross. And I don't care about the dad. But, like, this is just wrong. This is just wrong. Just because someone's bad doesn't mean that they deserve to be treated, like, without a certain modicum of respect, you know? Even if you don't like that person. It's kind of like a lot of people will use, like, the wrong pronouns for someone that is trans because they are a bad person. And it's like, I mean, yeah, they're a bad person, but you should still use the right pronouns. I know that's like a different discussion, but it was the first thing that came to mind as an example. So, I should respect Twy. Yeah, Twy always deserves respect. Yes. Twy does deserve respect. Every person deserves respect, I think. At least in some form of a way. We are all human. We are all good. We are all bad. And in stuff like this, like, even if I don't like the person, like, they deserve as much, you know? And they're not getting that, and that's wrong. From the beginning, this deal had been nothing more than a threat directed at Cross, yeah. Everyone deserves decency but not respect. Okay, you know what? That's true. That's true. We shouldn't respect terrible people. But what I meant is, like, in respect for certain, like, rights. I don't mean, like, you need to respect them, but you need to respect, like, their rights to certain things, I think. Because, like, if you only hold respect for certain rights to, like, a certain group of people, that, like, is not good. I don't know how to word it. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant when I said, like, respect. I don't mean you have to respect the person. You just have a respect for, like, what they rightfully deserve. I feel like respect is earned, so that's why I said decency is better. You know what? That's true. That is true. So, yeah, decency. Have some human decency. Not respect, sorry. You are correct. That is a better choice of words. Because I respect Elio, that's it. When King Zhou faced death at last and had his inheritance distributed, some unpleasant facts would surely come to light. That could easily become fatal to Cross. I respect Elio. I also respect you, Twy. The others had spotted this weak point and were threatening their brother under the veil of compromise, trying to wring a huge sum of money out of him. However, they had forgotten one thing. They'd forgotten that their brother's brain moved so swiftly, at least when it came to cunning and guile, that they'd been forced to band together to combat him. While Eva couldn't stop smiling, sure of her victory, Cross let out a gloating laugh to show how relaxed he was. This all makes for such a touching story. Free compliment, even though my last Thundercross split attack worked. I will never do that again, he lied. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. My estrangement from you all has left a deep pain in my heart. Yeah! Like, your family. I know he's, like, probably doesn't mean it, but, like, that would hurt. That would hurt if my family did that to me. If accepting these conditions means we siblings can become friends again, it would please me to no end. I'd be happy to agree to your deal. Rejoice, Rosa. We have reached an understanding. Rosa's expression dimmed. It was never a good sign when her brother started talking like this. Eva also keenly picked up on this. That's why she was unable to wipe away a sense of unease, even though Cross had obediently accepted the deal. My, how obedient of you. It's not like you at all, Nisan. What a cruel thing to say. Are you implying I have some ulterior motive? Of course I don't. I'm just the same as all of you. Just the same as all of you. You seem to emphasize just that one part. Greedy motherfuckers? Yeah, you guys are all greedy motherfuckers. The color of Rudolph's face darkened. I guess to be fair, it was stated earlier that Cross was a huge jackass to all of them first. So maybe not too much pity for him, but IDK, man. I feel like the younger siblings are more unhinged. LMAO. Yeah, like, I get it. I get, like, being treated badly by family. But even then, I can't quite hate family that has treated me badly, you know? To him, it sounded as though Cross was saying, I have a plan similar to yours. Yes? Oh wait, not me. So Rudolph panicked. I feel that, yeah. Yeah. I think, like with my mom, I've cut off communications with her and stuff, but because of all of the things that she's done to me. But I don't hate her. I feel like that's definitely not universal though. The issue is that they're being awful, even if it's towards a stranger. I don't know. I don't want to be awful to people. Even if they're awful. We rush to bring this nearly resolved discussion to a conclusion. I just don't want to engage with that kind of stuff. I'll just like cut myself off from them if they're awful. Then we're good. Personally, if someone is a relative but has done absolutely nothing for me, they still did nothing for me. Yeah. So like, in that case, I wouldn't like... Yeah, that's what I meant too. Like, I would cut myself off from them if like family's never done anything for me. And all that. Like, if I never felt like they cared about me, like, I wouldn't trip over myself to still be around them. I would cut myself off from them. But, like, I wouldn't treat them back badly. I wouldn't, like, get revenge for it. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm just not gonna talk to you, and I'm just gonna surround myself with people that appreciate me. Bye. So, Aniki, would you mind signing him? This is a written contract summarizing the discussion we've just been having. There's one for each of us. Everyone will sign for the same contents. Rudolph took 4 written contracts out of his breast pocket and had the details of their deal written on them. Okay, but did you guys add the 7th rule to the contract? That's why you said they're being worse to him than you should be with a stranger. Oh, okay. The 7th condition you proposed, well, of course, we added right now. Okay, good. Don't worry about that. Aniki, need a pen. Rudolph took a fountain pen out of his breast pocket and offered it to Kraus. Kraus made as if to accept it, but then, with a small laugh, he drew back his hand without taking it and spoke. Actually, in order to ensure that this agreement is properly executed, I'd like to propose an amendment on just one point. As soon as Kraus said that single sentence, all of the siblings felt as though something ominous was creeping up their backs at the same time. That won't do. We've already decided, haven't we? Just stay quiet and sign it. Why are you in such a hurry, Eva? Of course I'll sign. I promise the share of the gold going to you all will be 7.5 billion yen. I also promise that, when Father's inheritance is distributed, I will cleanly and neatly liquidate it. Yeah, being family isn't a free pass to forgiveness and stuff, but the characters in this are being awful, even if we ignore the fact they're family. That's true. That is very true. They shouldn't be like this to anyone. But it's especially sad, because it's family. However, there's one point that I simply must insist that you compromise on. Yeah, that's hard to say considering that you wouldn't be malicious to someone you don't know. That is true. Like, if you met, like, a murderer or something, like someone that did something, like, extremely terrible, you might do something terrible to them, too. Again, Kraus would pull similar shit like this to them before. I don't know, I wouldn't want to be in this situation in the first place. If there was, like, a cutthroat, like, will like this, I would just be like, yeah, just don't even put me in the will, honestly. I don't want to be involved in that, you know? What are you talking about? What don't you like? It's not too much pity, but it's sad that this family is like this to begin with, yeah. The part about promptly paying 10% of your share. 750 million yen. I had a feeling that was the amendment he wanted to make. As you pointed out, my financial situation is far from prosperous. While I can guarantee that I will collect on various future investments, I must admit that I am quite poor at the present moment. You're a poor bitch? What? Okay, but honestly I understand. But, like, in the amount that he's supposed to pay, but... In short, I have absolutely no money that I can move around right now. I am incompetent and my business sense is dull. Since I am the loser you all claim me to be, I don't have the power to move 750 million yen in just half of a year. That can't be true. Yeah, I'm poor, said the guy who has servants doing the housework, right? Are you trying to deceive us with such a half-baked trick? At the time of the division of the inheritance, I will liquidate everything at once. Remove the condition that I must pay you 10% in advance. I don't have the power to move 750 million. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what you call poor? Yeah. I got like $13 in my bank account. Rich people, I swear. LMAO, right? That is the only condition under which I am willing to sign. Yeah, tell me what's in your bank account, Cross. Let me see how poor you are. Cause Nissan, that 10% is nothing more than a number to measure your sincerity, isn't it? I don't use my computer much. I step away at times. Eh? All things being equal, you shouldn't have any room to negotiate at all. We're doing you a huge favor by offering to let things slide for just 10% in good faith money. We should rob him until he's actually poor. Why is Elio going, eh? Oh, the computer thing. The computer thing was what I was going, eh? I was a little confused. Now that we've explained that, you rejecting our offer would seriously damage our trust and relationship, right? Hideyoshi had a humble expression on his face and was rubbing his hands together. His eyes weren't calm at all. Oh, I'm saying him saying he's poor is like me saying I don't use my computer much. Oh! And your reaction proves my point. Okay, I was like, what you... Okay, that makes sense now. Cross had already seen through to the shadow in the depths of those eyes. Huh. Why are you all in such a rush? Or could it be that you're afraid of something? Rosa, would you tell me alone? Secretly, so the rest of the siblings can't hear? It's not as though I... Quit it, Aniki. All we're asking is whether you're gonna sign or not. Just forget about making any strange deals or any other suspicious moves. Oh? You say I have no room to negotiate? Are you trying to claim that I am in a weak position, which therefore puts us in an unequal relationship? Oh boy. Shivers began to crawl up Rudolph's back. He began to feel himself getting overwhelmed by the height of his brother's completely insurmountable wall, and the long shadow that had existed since they were children. Shouldn't deals be made between those on even footings? From my perspective, this deal will help restore the long-lost trust of my younger siblings and deepen the love between us. It's an old problem that's been eating at me, the one I would prefer to resolve as soon as possible. I'd be overjoyed if we could resolve it today. However, it seems I'm not the only one who'd be quite glad to close this deal quickly. Am I wrong? Cross stared at each of his siblings. He avoided his gaze with animal-like instinct. Only Hideyoshi was slow in avoiding it, so he was caught by Cross's gaze. Hideyoshi-san, I hear your company has been doing extremely well lately. At a brisk pace, it went public, and both its track record and its stock prices have soared. I am truly jealous. We aren't here to talk about my husband. However, it's unfortunate that you have neglected your stockholders. It's even more unfortunate that you were unable to solidify your base when you became stock listed. Oh my god. So, he's basically fighting he's fighting blackmail with blackmail. Yo, stockholders. Yo, he's holding the socks. So feet. Is he running celebrityfeetpics.com for free? You can't just be doing that for free. Yeah, counterattack. Before you realized it, some bad-natured colleagues of yours had bought up a huge share of your company's stock, right? How could you know about that? The same way you knew about me. If it's possible to collect evidence proving that no one would offer a loan to me, then it's possible for me to collect evidence on you. Is it really so unexpected as that? Cross grinned broadly. In contrast, Hideyoshi's face was rapidly turning pale. Hideyoshi's company was a restaurant chain management company that he'd started from nothing. Thanks to Hideyoshi's management efforts, the company had achieved success repeatedly, expanding its range, and a petition to make it a stock-listed company had recently succeeded. Cross. This is why they're like this with you. Exactly. God, this family. Oh my god. The greatest advantage of being in the stockholding system is that you can sell stock certificates and gain a large amount of financing. That amount tends to be far greater than a business's normal profits. So, this is an extremely effective way to gather massive funds to expand a business even further. So don't pity Cross too much. They got this twistedness from their older brother after all. Yeah, I don't pity Cross too much. I just don't like the idea of, you know, blackmail and stuff like that. That ain't like blackmailing your family and stuff. But yeah, Cross is a bitch. However, in exchange for financing the company, the stockholders gained certain rights. Yeah, no, I don't pity Cross, I just judge them, yeah. They're all objectively assholes. Yeah, this whole family is dysfunctional. They're given rights that allow them to observe and guide the company they've invested in, leading to profits even greater than their original investments. This right is guaranteed to the stockholders, and they sometimes use it to dismiss ineffectual management. The right allows them to keep an eye on management and prevent the money they'd invested in the company from going to waste. However, if they use it forcibly, they can eject the former management and take over the company. Oh. After all, dismissing management and nominating new management are powers held by the general body of all shareholders. That power is determined by the majority decision of the stockholders. Hey, hiya! And people who hold more stock get to cast more votes. Just a random question, but you know what a majority vote is? In other words, if some people or group holds majority of the stock, they can freely chase out the old management and make the president anyone they'd like. If they want, it's also possible for them to make themselves president. Most companies take various defensive measures to stop malicious people from buying up their stock and threatening their position. Like ensuring that lots of stock is bought so those close to them, by those close to them, such as company employees. Like, this is why I'm not too enthused about starting up a business or something, because stocks sound like a damn headache. Yeah, I've thought about investing in stocks before. Like, I took a class where I wrote down some, like, pretty safe stocks to invest in, but I'm scared of that shit. However, Hideyoshi's company had only recently become stock listed. He hadn't had time to strengthen those defensive measures. I hope Elio becomes the majority stockholder of some company. That'd be cool. Hey, do you know what a majority stockholder is? Elio before turning a company into a maid costume company. I would do that. Or maybe Hideyoshi was so engrossed in the management of his company that he couldn't properly understand the dangers of being stock listed. Oh, poor guy. It's hard to say whether he should be viewed as a kind-hearted manager immersed in the world of management, or a foolish manager who had his feet swept out from under him. In other words, there existed some people who wouldn't let him get away with that naivete unscathed. They began repeatedly buying up stock in Hideyoshi's company, rapidly gaining such strength they couldn't be ignored. Oh god. I like Hideyoshi, but at the same time he's married to Ava. It's my same feelings toward Bakugo's parents allowing Bakugo to happen the way he did. Oh, I have no love for Bakugo, like, at all. I don't get how he's so popular. Maybe something happened in the manga later, but right now Bakugo derogatory. I like his character development, but he really did not have a good start, LMAO. They then sent anonymous documents to the shareholders in an attempt to gain control of a majority. Is Bakugo the guy with the fists and the like blonde and black hair? He's a great rival, but as a lone character. Documents read, the current management continues to make pointless investments and is ignoring the needs of the stockholders. He is, yeah. Okay, yeah, what I've heard about him was not that great. Let us force the current management to retire, cut the current wasted investments, and let this company be born again as one that gives more back to the stockholders. Now, I still think Bakugo is okay. Oh, okay. I haven't watched My Hero Academia, so... It's very difficult to make the actual state of a company's management known. I just know All Might is good. Like, a lot of people stand All Might. I had a friend that really loved All Might. I remember I went to conventions with her, and she would buy, like, All Might merch. It was cute. It's kind of like how Yume is with Dennis. The fruits of Hideyoshi's sleepless nights and constant concern for the company were cruelly distorted, and he took the trust of his stockholders. Can I just say something for a second? That just reminded me of something. I think it's really cute when people are really dedicated to characters and they like show their love. And I just wanted to say, I hate when people like make fun of someone for liking a character a lot. Like, I think it's adorable. I think it's adorable when characters are just like really beloved by someone. Like, maybe if they like change their lifestyle and have like an unhealthy lifestyle, then maybe that's not so good. But like, I don't know, I think it's cute. And I hate that so many people make fun of people for like liking a character and buying lots of merch of them and stuff. Like, if it makes them happy, you know? Like, you know, I don't have faith in the creator in addressing the most pressing issues. Okay. It's interesting, but long, and not worth it if you don't like long things. Yeah, I don't like long things. Thanks to these efforts, this group had almost collected a majority of the company's stock. Hold up, on the same level of Yume and Dennis. Well, not quite on the same level as Yume and Dennis, I would say. I think Yume is a lot more, what's the word? A lot more outspoken and stuff, and has a lot more merch and stuff for Dennis. But I don't know. Whenever we would go to the anime convention, and she would see All Might, she would like an All Might cosplayer or All Might merch. She would like gasp and get like really excited, and I always thought that was cute. I always think it's so cute when people really like characters, and I always feel so bad, like Yume has apologized before for like talking about Dennis or talking about Sephiroth, and I'm like, no, don't be. I love hearing people just be really passionate about a character and getting really happy and excited. At that point, even Hideyoshi noticed and started to buy back the stock, but the stockholders realized that the company was undergoing an acquisition maneuver. And each demanded a ridiculous price for the shares that Hideyoshi was trying to buy back. Oh. They continually tortured Hideyoshi, who had no leeway in the negotiation of the price. Nah, don't get into My Hero Academia. I'm still angry about the writing for Todoroki's dad. Yeah, I'm not really interested in it. I'm not interested in watching it. One of the certainties of capitalism is that the price will rise when two parties vie for the same thing. And one of the certainties of democracy is that the majority controls everything. So, in the end, whoever manages to buy up the most stock wins. I mean, yeah, as long as it doesn't impact how you are with other people, that's all good. Yeah, as long as it's not like an unhealthy lifestyle, as long as you don't like hurt other people, Like, being devoted to, like, a character is fine. And I just think it's so mean how so many people online will make fun of someone. Like, having Ita Saz or Ita Vabs or stuff like that. Put another way, whoever has the most money wins. Yeah, I think like people gotta be nasty towards fans just enjoying things, yeah. Yeah, and if you don't ruin yourself financially, yeah. Having what? I never heard the term. Ita bags or Ita shas? Or both? Unless Hideyoshi could obtain a huge sum of money at this critical time, he could easily lose all he had built so far. Both? So Ita bags are like see-through bags, and a lot of people decorate Ita bags with like a bunch of pins and charms of like a character that they like, and that's why it's called like an Ita bag. Like if I remember correctly, Ita is like painful. The name of the word is painful, and that's because like it's some shitty name. I hate that the meaning of Ita is painful, but it's like supposed to be like painful to the eyes or whatever. I hate the meaning of it, but yeah, it's Ita bag, yeah. And then Ita sha is that, but with a car. So like people that like have like an anime character on their car, or they decorate the back of their car with like plushies of like characters and stuff like that, or have like the little stickers. I wanted to have an Ita sha whenever I get a car. I wanted to put my Devil Survivor like my stickers on it and make like a Devil Survivor Ita sha if I could. Therefore, more than anything else, he wanted a lot of money right now. Oh god, what's with the capitalization? He couldn't wait for the division of Kinzo's inheritance, since no one knew when he would die. And you, Rudolph, have been in quite a lot of trouble lately too, haven't you? I always hear people say it's terrifying overseas, but it seems it really is true. American trials are settled quite emotionally. I never hand down generous judgments to foreigners. I could never, cause I'm too Ita shy. But yeah, if it's not like ahegao shit, then it's all just fun, yeah. Yeah, I don't like ahegao shit. Like, that is like, you're walking in public and there are like children and stuff. I hate when people wear ahegao shirts in public. Like if you're going to an 18+ event, go ahead. But if you're going into a convention that allows children in it, or like you're just walking around like in public, just like to a Walmart or whatever in an ahegao shirt, like I hate that. $200% surplus charge for wearing an ahegao shirt. Weren't you advised by your lawyer that making a settlement with the other party would be more economical in the long run? What's this all about? Ahegao clothing is disturbing the peace, I swear to God. Yeah, I hate it. I've seen people with ahegao shirts, like working at like an ice cream store. Working at an ice cream store. You know who comes into the ice cream store? Children! Because they want ice cream! Please think about it! Please think of the children, but like really, think of the children. Like, it's not a bad thing if you own it, I mean, but like, just don't wear it. The minors see it. What's this all about? Oh, it's just some trouble from work. Oh, she doesn't know. Oh boy. No shoes, no shirt, no service. More like ahegao shirt, no service, no bitches. honestly, even if it's only adults. Like, man, people don't want to look at that shit, you know? Just some trouble from work, no big deal. Yeah, if I went to an event with someone in an Ahagao shirt, I would shame them. I'm sorry. Unless it's explicitly like that kind of 18 plus thing. Yeah. Yeah. If it's like an 18 plus event, go ahead, wear your porn shirts. But like, not everyone wants to see that shit! Nothing you can't settle with money. That reminds me of why I was so upset about like the Minions thing. A bunch of people coming to the Minions and disturbing a children's movie because they thought it was funny for the meme. PDA immediately guessed the meaning behind the subtle expression of Rudolph's face. Like, I saw a lady like naked with nothing but overalls and you could see her tip. She was going to enjoy a movie! I was wondering why KDA was quiet actually. Yeah, so she didn't know. Her husband had gotten wrapped up in some kind of trouble without her knowledge and had been worrying over it alone. That's right. In this world, anything can be settled with money. After all, it can even buy back the broken bonds between siblings. America is very fussy about the violation of rights. With money, anything can be settled. Long live capitalism. Down with capitalism! Boo! Though, rumor has it that the settlement money could be as high as several $1 million. What did you do, Hideyoshi? Rudolph had been building a large amount of wealth with a certain type of niche industry. However, a niche is a niche. Oh. I low-key don't want to go to the movie theater anymore. People are gross, yeah. It sucks that those type of people ruin that experience for people. It definitely wasn't a business exposed to the light of day. It's like a porn industry or something. An American corporate giant was trying to accuse Rudolph's company of violating their rights. For various reasons, it was thought that victory for Rudolph in this trial would be extremely unlikely. He was being forced into an all-out surrender. Oh no, it's Rudolph. Yeah, I can see Rudolph doing dumb shit like this. America is like that. Long live capitalism. He's right, but he shouldn't say it. Even so, there was a way for this to be resolved with money. He could just pay that money. It might still be painful, but he'd be able to pick himself back up. But if he didn't pay, he'd lose everything. Therefore, more than anything else, he wanted a lot of money right now. Rosa, you're a good and noble little sister. So everyone's been doing fucked up shit. How am I not surprised? You wouldn't get yourself involved in a dangerous money game. However, your soft-hearted nature has brought you trouble, hasn't it? I'm assuming her husband. I'm gonna assume her husband took a lot of stuff from her. Because he's no longer around, right? In my opinion, becoming a co-signer for anything isn't something one should enter into lightly. That's none of your business, Cross-Nissan. Rosa uncharacteristically laid bare her emotions and yelled. After all, no one was supposed to know that. As Cross watched, he let slip a muffled laugh. Without exception, every one of them, more than anything else, wanted a lot of money right now. In other words, the situation had been reversed. After all, the person the younger siblings were threatening was the only one who had no urgent need for a large sum of money. The other three, however, wanted a lot of money quickly, no matter the cost. In other words, the longer it took to establish this deal, the better position Cross would be in. People are gonna die! Oh boy. Cross was extremely sly. He had known of their Achilles' heel from the beginning. Even so, he had not been certain. Therefore, he had hidden his knowledge until the very end, striking back only after analyzing their attitudes. If it were possible, I would like nothing more than to raise some money for my adorable siblings in their time of need. But unfortunately, I have nothing on hand. If you know of any sponsors that might be able to raise a whole $750 million, I suggest you try there first. Cross's elated words were so obviously detached from what he actually felt. The other siblings could do nothing more than listen, grinding their teeth. They could think of a sponsor that convenient. They wouldn't have kept up this charade. So Hideyoshi and Rosa were just not prudent enough with their business. Rudolph is just out here breaking the law. Yeah, what the fuck did Rudolph do? They had entered this huge battle specifically because they had exhausted all other options. However, if you do insist on relying on your big brother, Rudolph, derogatory, yeah, bro, no wonder Battler hates his dad! I wouldn't mind using my influence to help you find such a sponsor. Oh, wait, I do believe you said that I have no influence. Well then, I'm afraid I won't be much help to you. Cross's low, gloating laugh began to fill the parlor. The younger siblings, who had been driving the oldest brother into a corner until a moment ago, could do nothing more than grimace and grind their teeth. Ava, don't make me laugh. As if I'd ever put myself in your debt. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. If we relied on you, how exactly would you help us? I told you, didn't I? All I can do is find other sponsors for you. Of course, I will negotiate for the highest interest rate possible. Don't make me laugh. Okay, I won't send any memes. Eva does not want memes. Damn you, taking advantage of us. Honey, please calm down. I am calm. I'm extremely cool. Bastard. Hideya grabbed her husband's hand, but that action made him feel even more pitiful, so Rudolph shook it off. Cross laughed as though watching something highly amusing. In times like these, it certainly would be nice to find Father's hidden gold. If you did, you could split it up into 2.5 billion yen portions right now. How sad, how very sad. How extremely, totally, truly, hopelessly sad. Tonight, let us all drink together, as we solve the riddle of Beatrice's epitaph and discover the location of Father's hidden gold. If we four friendly siblings work together, there is surely no puzzle we can't solve. Yes, I'm here. What's up? I heard hopeless. No, fly! My god. That was intense. Cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna end here for the day. That made me miffed. The drama, the tea. Oh my god, this family is a disaster. The well continues to run, but it runs dry. So in actuality, Cross had Natsuhi leave because he wanted to handle things himself, and didn't want Natsuhi stress herself out more than she should. Sure wish he would at least demand his siblings to apologize for her sake, though. Okay, I won't be too critical on him then. Yeah, thanks for the stream, no problem! Thank you guys for coming! I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow, actually. I was gonna stream, but I don't have the money to get rides to work. So I might be walking to work tomorrow. So I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, unfortunately. A couple of the streams this week might be changed if I have to walk to work. Yeah. Even if he's good to his wife, he's still a shitty person. Oh, that's true. Oh, okay, yeah. Don't force yourself to stream. I hope work goes well. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, everyone. Sure to eat, drink, take your medication, and have a good day. Bye-bye.